Hey, welcome back to my channel. I just want to take a little time out to just send my well wishes, my love, light to all those that are affected by they're calling it Fern, winter storm. Here in my city, there's thousands of people still without electricity. There's been a few elderly people who I assume lived by themselves that they have found deceased. So this was a bad one. When everybody was running to the store, getting food, panicking, this was probably one of the few times that it was actually warranted because it's bad out there. So since a lot of us are stuck inside, I said, let me go ahead and do a little more review. So I was watching a Tubi original called Death Name. Right now, this is I guess you could put in the category of a Korean movie. It's pretty much a Korean cast. And girl, she's in college, and for whatever reasons, she's like really wanting to know her Korean name. She has a um, was it like angelic and Angel Saxon, whatever her name, English name that she goes by, and anytime she brings it up, because her grandmother lives with her family, if her grandmother hears it, she starts tripping like, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. So her mom texted to her one day, and I think she said it out loud, but there's something with this name. It's pretty much cursed. So like her grandmother has dementia, and when people have dementia, they could for real have moments of clarity, but if you once you get that dementia label on you, people just kind of look at it like, well, their mind is slowly um, deteriorating. So if you see someone that has dementia freaking out, well, that's just their mind, and we got can't pay them any no attention. So when she's trying to tell her granddaughter, look, do not say this name, don't ever, you know what I'm saying? So she meets this handsome stranger at the bar. And it's funny because some other woman was talking, came up to him, and she went up to him and she tried to pretend that she already knew him so the girl would leave. It was funny. Well, come to find out, that is a spirit that has cursed her family for generations because he found out his girl was cheating on him. He sat there and killed himself. And so every woman in that family, he gets them to commit suicide so he can have a wife in the afterlife. Now, here's something I don't understand about that. How many wives do you need? Because her grandmother's mother committed suicide, right? She fled Korea. I think she told her daughter and granddaughter that she fled because I think at the time, I want to say, was this the 60s? I don't know. I think the Korean War had just ended or something like that. So she used that excuse, but she really left Korea to go to America to try to save her family from this curse, and by only giving them English names and not Korean names or whatever. But how many wives do you need in the afterlife? Like if you already made the girl's grandmother's mom, we'll say great grandmother, commit suicide. Ain't she still in the afterlife? Why are you over here messing with this girl? And she ends up having sex with him. I'm like, oh Lord. He just running through the family, child, making people off themselves. And he was going to make her kill herself in exchange for keeping her grandma alive. So he was like, all right, I got some poison you can take, or you can hang yourself, like her great grandmother did. And basically, what ends up happening is the grandmother is in the hospital, right? They're in the hospital room. And she raises up and she's about to slit her own throat with the girl, but she ends up slitting her grandmother's throat. And I guess he was like, all right, I'll take it. And then he went away. But that was crazy because imagine being so obsessed with your love cheating on you that you take yourself out and then hunt every woman in her lineage for decades, because he was born in like 1900, like 1902 or something. So you're talking about over 100 years of you just messing up people's life, like messing up people's family. You got the grandma over here, ain't nobody listen to her because she got dementia, but she's in her right mind when it comes to this. Now I notice a lot of Asian horror movies tend to be centered around heartbreak. Korean, I'm not gonna say Korean, but Asian, because it's different countries. Like um, the Ring, I think, was centered around that. The Grudge, like the Grudge was basically that woman. She had a baby with that white man. She was Japanese or something, but her and the baby were hunting him, and then um, it's another one. It's a few of them, but their horror movies tend to center around some kind of heartbreak or love loss. It's very interesting. But yeah, so this is a Tubi original. I really need to get on the Tubi originals, because there's movies that are uploaded to Tubi, and then there are Tubi originals. So Tubi is definitely making a name for itself. So if you like, this is in the horror category, but I would definitely put it in like maybe a dark romance, um, romance noir, um, slash horror. Like there were some scenes where the spirit was like in this form, like he was like on all fours but backwards and walking on all fours like that. That looked kind of scary. But yeah, it's so check that out. It's called Death Name. I think it's one of the new ones. This is going to be a brief discussion because there's not really like a whole lot to discuss about it. Like I said, it was cool, cool to be original. If you like I said, a dark romance slash horror. And I'm trying to definitely get into watching some different kind of movies, like different genres. Because Tubi has a lot to offer. Like when people say Tubi, first thing that comes to their mind is like Black Hood movies, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe Black romance movies with like a strong sexual content or something like that. But Tubi has a lot of different stuff. Like, please check it out, whatever. And let me know what you think about Death Name. I'm pretty sure you've seen it already if you're watching this review. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What's your take on this? Again, shout out to everyone affected by this storm. We will get through this. Happy to know that Monday here in Nashville is going to be 45 degrees with the sun out. So that should at least make it easier for the crews to be able to be out in that trying to fix the poles and things that they have to do. Shout out to the linemen out there working them 16-hour shifts, man. I know it's rough. Peace and blessings to every last one of you watching. Until next time.